sometimes it is so difficult to choose your topic. You won't believe, the whole day I was thinking about talking on some other subjects, but at the end of the day, when I saw the Infosys results, and I was expecting Infosys results, by the way, but somehow that skipped my mind. And later on I realized, without talking about Infosys result, it is never going to be complete. So here I am looking at these Infosys results and also talking about TCS results comparatively. And let us see at this juncture, which is Q1 2022, which company is doing fine. So let us see the numbers first. So Infosys posted its results yesterday, and the results are quite good. In fact, market wasn't expecting too much from Infosys because of the TCS underperformance, and this happened last quarter also. If you look at it, the revenues have grown by 16.9% YOY. Again, I would not give it too much of attention because of the first quarter of last year was not a normal quarter. But what is important is the 4.8% quarter on quarter growth. That means the previous quarter versus this quarter, it is a 4.8% growth. And if you look at the revenues in dollar terms, I think it is 21% growth. What is important is their revenues coming from digital businesses are growing, and digital businesses are more lucrative at this point of time, and the growth is quite significant. What we have noticed, and this is common across TCS and Infosys, is the decline of operating margin. They were 23.7% year ago. Their operating margins are 23.7% now, which is an increase. However, it has come down 0.8% quarter on quarter. So last quarter they were around I think 24.4%. I'll see that later on. Rising attrition they are highlighting as a big challenge in the near term, and they are expecting to hire about 35,000 employees globally this financial year. So what we see is revenues are coming about 27,000 crore rupees, and the EBIT coming about 6,000 crore rupees, which is about 2.5% growth, and the revenues quarter on quarter was 6% up. EBIT margin is 24%. So what we see is a pressure in the margins, and net profit we are seeing is coming out very nicely. So overall, Infosys did a quite good job this quarter, and what I have been noticing is they are focusing less on attrition numbers, and which I have observed in their yearly annual statement, which is about 350-page document, which I have here. I was looking at what they talk about attrition. So what I noticed is there is very little mention of attrition, and the way they used to give us how the attrition has gone quarter on quarter, year on year, that is not to be seen now. So they are giving this attrition thing less importance now. Another thing which I want to show you, and that appears to be an anomaly, it is not consistent with the Infosys way of reporting very clean data. Here they are saying attrition in the quarter gone by is 13.9%, while if I looked at internet, googled it, last time on 14th of April, what they said was it was 15.2% voluntary attrition, and I also covered that, and it was rising from about 10% the quarter gone before. So it was 10%, but in the last quarter it was 15%. But somehow what I see now is they are saying the attrition for the fourth quarter, for this quarter, stood at 13.9% compared to 10.9% in the March, in the previous quarter. So this looks inconsistent. Other thing is they added 2 new clients in 100 million category. Very good. What is important is North America is rising very well. 61%, that is again a normal thing which is expected. So Infosys is trying to do lot of things for its employees to retain them, to train them, and they are admitting that here. So what they are saying is they have these career acceleration opportunities, compensation reviews, and learning and development interventions. So this is all happening because they have they know now how difficult it is to retain these employees. Now comparatively, we need to look at the TCS results. So if you look at TCS results, we saw their performance was subdued, below average. So while their top line revenues grew, but what was important is their EBIT margins were quite less, and so net profit was also less compared to the previous quarter. Infosys on the other hand has done quite remarkable comparatively, and if you look at that quarter on quarter revenues, do we have that figure? So quarter on quarter revenues we have here, so they are growing. We have net profit growing, while if we look at here, the net profit is declining, though their revenues were growing. Okay, so this is common. EBIT margins saw the pressure, and we know why. And the deal wins were quite good for them. Okay, Infosys deal wins, they saw 2.7 billion, 2.6 billion. So the company won deals worth 2.6 billion during the April to June quarter. So last quarter it had won deals worth fourth quarter. That means in the March quarter they had $2.1 billion deal wins. Now they done better. Comparatively, TCS did about little less. TCS had about $9 billion as deal win in the March quarter, and then they came down to about $8 billion in this quarter. So that was a miss again there. I was looking at how their verticals are doing and which geography is contributing the most. Besides North America, we already have seen that, which is contributing 61% in their revenues. Right now I have not been able to find it. So now we know Infosys did reasonably well, and if you look at how good is that performance and how Infosys has been able to replicate this success over last 2-3 years, have a look at it. So the revenue guidance growth for FY22, they have revised upwards to 14 to 16%. In the before this the revenue growth guidance was about 12 to 14%. So they have raised it. And how significant is this growth coming is, let us have a look at it. So Infosys, now I was looking at historical data, and if you see, Infosys was struggling in July. Just about 2 years back, Infosys was struggling to maintain 8 to 10% of their revenue guidance. From 8.5 to 10% growth guidance for FY20 2 years back, now they have reached 14 to 16% revenue growth guidance. Very important. I'm pretty sure people forget that because everybody wants instant knowledge, everything, but unless you know how the company was doing 2 years ago, you would not realize how the company has transformed. And if I can tell you, this growth guidance was about 6 to 8% before that. I think about 2 years before, let's say in 2017 or 2016-17 or 17-18, that growth guidance was about 6 to 8% at one moment of time. Now think about how things have changed at Infosys over last 3-4 years, and that has been reflecting in their stock market performance. The stock market has grown. If I look at the stock market performance over last 5 years, the stock has grown about, I think, from 2018 to 2019, the stock has grown about 200%. So quite remarkable change, which has been welcomed by the market. So if I look TCS and Infosys at this moment of time, it appears Infosys did better in this quarter. The last quarter was TCS one. However, they are still no match to Accenture, which is the industry leader. They have to beat the Accenture to be able to prove that they are doing better. One common factor is that they are seeing the margin pressure, but On the other hand, the smaller companies like Mindtree came up with its results yesterday, and that was an all-round beat. This has to be looked upon if it is just one quarter, or maybe companies are shifting to the smaller companies for cost saving and other issues. We will keep tracking this space. One thing I wanted to talk about was the topic around employees. So what is there for employees? When I looked at the cloud topic in their last in their annual report is very comprehensive data, but this is 320 pages, and out of that cloud comes around 121 times. Cloud has been mentioned. Digital transformation. So if you look at digital transformation, it is about mentioned about 19 times. Digital transformation. Most of their revenue are coming from cloud and digital transformation. So they divide their businesses primarily into two segments right now. One is digital, the other one is core. That means the traditional services. And if you want to see what that digital means, is they are looking at experience, insight, innovate, accelerate, assure as the digital theme, and at the center is its cloud adoption, cloud migration, digital transformation theme around these. So they are talking about digital and analytics, data engineering, the cloud, all around that. And in the core, it was about the legacy businesses which they have. So they have application management services, they have proprietary application development, independent validation solutions, product engineering and management, infrastructure management, traditional enterprise application implementation, and support and integration services. So these are their core businesses, and there are digital offerings now. Though, so that is very important to understand what is important for how they are moving forward in their business evolution. So that's about everything in Infosys. Now we'll have to see how Wipro does, and also we'll see how HCL does, if they are able to match to these industry leaders, or they come up with, or they surprise us all the way. I will come back and talk about them also very soon. Till that time, stay connected, stay safe, and take care.